I stopped buying these 10 things and it has saved me hundreds each month. Now, they seem very little at first, but when you add them up, it makes a huge difference in the monthly budget. These ideas have helped me reach financial freedom and simplify my life, and also, bonus, some of them are very environmentally friendly. So, hopefully, this list will give you inspiration and maybe give you some ideas too. So let's just dive in. Number one is coffee out. I used to drink coffee out. I no longer do that. It was a financial choice and it was also a challenge for me. I wanted to see if not going out for coffee and spending all that extra money was something that I was okay with. So my first challenge was for a month, I would drink coffee at home. I do buy my beans at a local coffee shop, and I found that I do enjoy drinking my coffee at home much more because I can relax. I don't have to drive somewhere to go get coffee. Plus, when I go to work on my way, there's a Starbucks, and I always see lines of cars getting coffee. And I think, wow, that's a lot of money. Luckily, I also don't really like the Starbucks drinks. I do drink a couple of specialty coffees like a couple times a year, but for the most part, I prefer my plain coffee with cream and sugar at home. Number two is bottled water. I never really got into the bottled water trend. I think it's because first, I started when I started college, I was broke. So I didn't see the point in buying bottled water because I just didn't have the money for it. And secondly, I was into hiking and backpacking, and we carried a water bottle with us when we did that. So I just started using that as a daily habit when we were at home. And now I carry a water bottle with me everywhere I go. I just fill it wherever I'm at. And it works great for me. I don't have to think about I need to stop and get a bottle of water at a store or something. You can easily find water at most places, or, I just take water with me. So bottled water is something that I've been able to skip out on completely, and it saves me a lot of money. Number three is trendy clothes. I used to love shopping, and especially I loved shopping to see the new stuff. I liked making little outfits and everything. I had a closet full of clothing. I was very proud of it. However, I found that most of the time, I rarely wore those clothes that I purchased. And I realized that it's because I was buying these clothes thinking about what I wanted to be versus what I actually am. And what I am is boring. Most of my clothes now are black or gray. Occasionally I throw in some color, but I do have kind of a uniform. I enjoy wearing the same things over and over. I have no problem with it. And so trendy clothing is something that I no longer enjoy purchasing, and that has saved me so much money. And number four kind of goes along with trendy things, nails. I don't get my nails done. I have done it a couple times. I have friends and family who love getting their nails done, and that's totally great for them. I am so happy that they like to do it because that brings them joy. I do not. Not only to me is it not worth the money because I can easily do my nails at home. I have no problem with it. But I also don't like the idea of somebody touching my feet. Or I don't like the smell of the places because it's very chemically and I just can't relax. So I just cut out getting my nails done completely. I do it at home. I have two choices of colors. Most of the time I use the one. The second one is when I decide to be a little adventurous and try something new. So number five is candles. I used to love candles. Actually, I still do. I love candles. I don't buy them though because I found that every fall when I was out shopping, I would stop and smell all the lovely candles, and I would always end up with some of them. So I ended up with a very large collection of candles. And I challenged myself one year and I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy a new candle until these are gone. Turns out I don't actually burn the candles. So I ended up just gifting them to friends or donating them or whatever needed to be done with them because I didn't burn them. I didn't use them. I just really liked the smell of them at the store, but they didn't seem to make it past that in my house. So no more candles. Number six is seasonal decor. I do not buy seasonal decor. I do decorate kind of for fall. I love fall. I love nature things for fall though. So I do buy pumpkins and gourds. I do like to collect acorns and pine cones and rocks. So that's kind of like my fall decor. If I was to really decorate, that's kind of what I do. I do own some stuff from before I made this idea to stop buying seasonal decor. So I've kept our Christmas tree from 25 years ago. I have been requested by my children to replace it, but since it's only up 3 weeks a year, I don't care. It's fine. So no longer buy seasonal decor. Number 7 is makeup and skincare. And I know this one can be kind of touchy for some people because a lot of people have their skincare routine and their makeup, and that is totally fine. That is for them. For me, I can't do it. I used to wear makeup in high school, and by the time I reached college, I was just like, first of all, I don't have the money to spend on makeup. I need to focus more on school. And after not wearing makeup for a while, I realized I actually don't care. I don't really need to buy makeup. And I know some of my friends look absolutely stunning with their makeup. They do a great job. I probably don't do a great job, so I just skip it completely. Skincare routines, I have a very basic one. I have something I wash my face with, and then I have a moisturizer that I also use all over my body. So two things that I use for skincare routines. I haven't bought into all the new fancy things and all the stuff that you can do for your skincare. Um, I don't know. I just didn't find any value in that for myself. So number 8 is new workout clothing. I go to a gym. I do own workout clothing. However, I have not got caught up in the culture of gym clothing. And there are some girls that go to my gym that have really cute little outfits, and good for them. I just don't want to spend my money on it. I am fine with my basic 4 or 5 outfits that I wear each time to the gym. I don't mind it. I don't think anybody else around me really cares. I'm not really there to impress anybody with what I have for clothing anyway. So I just don't buy into that. And it is hard because there are some really cute things on Instagram that pop up. I love some of the new colors, but in reality, I have enough workout clothing, so I don't need any more. Number 9 is shoes. I have a hard time with this one because I don't really like shoes. I don't like buying shoes. I find buying shoes to be incredibly stressful because there's way too many choices. And then I think, well, does this pair of shoes go with all the stuff that I own? Like, I want to make sure that if I get a pair of shoes, that it goes with everything, that I don't have to think too much about, does my shoes go with my outfit? So my shoes are pretty basic as well as my clothing. I also like my shoes to be well made and to last a long time. I'm a huge fan of Birkenstocks because they last forever. You can get them resold and repaired, and they last. I just got rid of my last pair, which was 11 years old. They were almost beyond repair, and I had decided, 11 years has been a long time since I bought a new pair of Birkenstocks, so I bought a new pair. And they will last me probably for another 11, 12 years if I take care of them as well as I did the first pair. So shoes are easy for me. I don't have a problem eliminating new shoes from my list unless something needs to be replaced. Number 10 is souvenirs. My husband and I do travel, and when my kids were younger, they would ask us to bring them home souvenirs. And this was a hard one for me because I think souvenirs are kind of gaudy and they take up space, and I personally just didn't find a place for them in my home. I didn't seem to find a good use for souvenirs, but my kids really wanted me to get them something. So I did decide that most of the souvenirs, if I did bring something home for my kids, it would have to be handmade or from like an artist that is selling their stuff in the area that I'm traveling to. And my favorite thing was to find people who were making bracelets or necklaces because that's something really easy. You don't have to find a spot for them. I wear them most of the time. So this was a great alternative to the tacky souvenir shops. So yeah, we no longer look at souvenir shops. We might walk by them and just kind of be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But for the most part, it's easy to pass them by. And so that's my top 10 things that I can think of that has really saved me money. I am going to add a bonus though. Number 11 is impulse purchases. I no longer do impulse purchases. And that's because I found that at first, that impulse purchase, I was super excited at the store and I could think of every reason to buy this item. On my way home, I was starting to ask myself, did I really need that? And by the time I got home, I was starting to feel guilt and realized that the majority of the time I didn't actually need the item, that it was an impulse, and now I'm going to return it. So instead of spending my time, thinking about it and returning it, it's just easier to not have impulse purchases. If it's something I found that I like, I will put it on my list and think about it and make that decision later. So these are the top 10 plus one things that I stopped buying to save me money, simplify my life, and it's allowed me to focus more on the things that really matter to me. So, and of course, everybody's list is going to look different because we all have different ideas and values of meaningful things to us. So everything is different and there's no judging people who have different ideas on what they think is important to them. But we all have the same goal. We are trying to save money, spend intentionally, and not spend automatically. So thank you for joining me on this video. Hopefully you find it entertaining and valuable, and let me know what you think, what kind of things that you have stopped buying or maybe thought about stopped buying in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.